But let's do some questions. Yep. Huh? Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I have a question. I'm first going to state some facts, and then I'm going to go over to the question. Is that okay?
All right. Let's see what this is about.
So first, Kai merged with Luke, and he tried to be a good person.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
And then when Bonnie locked him up in the prison world, yeah, then he
True.
snapped.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So, considering the fact that he snapped rather easily, yeah, because he knew he would get out, and the fact that Joe said he snapped also when they told him they couldn't merge, yeah, it is perfectly possible that Kai used to be a good guy.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going?
I see where you started. I'm not sure where you're going yet. Do you mean he used to be a good guy back before he was killing his whole family?
Yeah. Because he even used to play games with his brother.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes. It wasn't so nice when he held him under the water in the pool and drowned him. That wasn't so nice.
After he snapped. I mean before.
You're going into like early Kai backstory.
Yeah.
You're talking like Kai is a 6-year-old.
No.
Kai is a 10-year-old.
They can only merge when they're 22, so I'm talking 2021.
Oh, you mean like literally right before?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay, I think Kai is probably the kid who sat there with the magnifying glass and tried to burn the ants with the sun. You know what I'm talking about. You know those kids. Have you guys seen Toy Story? You know that bad Spike kid or whatever who's like tying the toys to rockets and trying to blow things up? I think that was Kai. I think he was always a little bit weird and a little twisted. And I mean, you don't really turn into a sociopath. I think you just kind of are. So I think as a kid, he was always a little different, a little scary maybe to some people, but they probably didn't know that he was, capable of horrible things. And if people had been nice to him, and if he had been able to get everything he wanted, he might not have turned out so horrible. Because he probably wasn't evil. He was just different and had like really strange things that he did.
Maybe he had some CPTSD.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's probably a mixture of conditions, the way he was treated, and the fact that he's a little screwed up. So those things together created the nightmare that is Malachi Parker. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Is that a good answer?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
You just got so scared of yourself. It's like when a dog sneezes. And it's like, what did I just do? You have a question for me? Or some facts first?
What's your background before TVD?
What was my...
Background. Professional...
My big what?
Background.
My background?
Yes.
My background. Oh, heavens. How did I... Before Vampire Diaries? I'm going to try to give this to you in less than 4 hours. So I grew up sort of doing theater a lot. I didn't do any film or TV stuff as a kid. And it was all just sort of for fun and because I really liked it. And then as I got into high school, I realized that I wanted to do it professionally. And so I went to college and studied acting and also other things like religion and English and literature. And when I left school, I went to New York and I did a musical called Spring Awakening. A couple people know it, interesting. It was on Broadway in 2008, and I was in the national tour of the show, and did that, and that took me to Los Angeles, and then I met people who wanted me to do some more film and television work, and back to New York and did some more theater, and I did started doing some pilots for television and some film stuff, and then I did this show for HBO called Girls, and I did a couple other TV spots, and then I was in the Carrie Diaries, which I love diaries, love them. And I did that for a bit, and then I went back to LA, and that's when I moved there and sort of paid my dues and broke in slowly, and then I landed here. That's my background. Thank you. Yeah, we gotta drop that down. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
So good, thank you.
Can you tell us something in French?
Je ne parle pas français. Désolé.
Thank you.
That's all I got. I can say les poissons from The Little Mermaid. That's where I know that from. What was that? I'm a little scared. So that's my French and my scariest moment of my day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup. I see 2 more words. He's good at French.
Hey,
Hey,
do you think you will come back next year?
you guys are very sweet, first of all. As of now, there are no plans for that. But you know, nothing's impossible in the show, and I'm shooting my new show for the better part of this year, and starting in January, the Vampire Diaries will still have 4 months of production, so you never know. And I'll leave it there. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
I would love to come back and bring some more havoc to Mystic Falls, so we can all hope, right? Let's do this. We don't actually have to do it. I see a couple hands going up. We don't have to do that. But we'll see. Yeah? Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hey.
I got 2 questions for you.
Oh, well, I don't know if we can do 2. We can do 2.
Okay. The first question is, did you get my present?
Which present was that?
The teddy bear.
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you so much. The minion.
Yeah.
Yes. It's still sitting in the back room with us.
Oh.
With his one eyeball watching everything that happens. Thank you for that.
It's okay.
We appreciate that so much.
The second question is, can you do a little scene, like a Kai scene for us?
A Kai scene? A Kai scene?
Yes.
I don't even know what that, like how I would begin to do that. Just be psycho? Dance, monkey, dance, huh? That's what this is turning into? I'm not sure how to be psycho. Let me think.
You could do it.
Okay, let me think of something. It's really great to be here with you guys. Did you miss me? No? Can I aneurysm you guys? Is everyone gonna hold their heads and scream? Ready? There you go. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hello?
My question
is, have you ever been in a convention like this before working in the Vampire Diaries? And how you feel about to receive so much love but by people that don't even know you personally?
It's always good to get love. It makes you feel good when people are this excited to see you and this happy to get to talk to you. That's a good feeling. That's always very positive. So I love that part of it. I did a little bit of convention stuff when I had done Carrie Diaries before. And my experience, I mean, in theater it's a sort of a different thing because unless you've seen the show, it's not really something that you can, it doesn't live on, you know? If you weren't there sitting in a theater like you guys are here right now, you missed it. Unless you find some really sketchy bootleg video of something, but those are hard to come by. It's a little different world where I came from, and because I'm still only a couple years into working in television and film, it's, you know, this is all still a little new to me, so thank you guys for being so great, seriously.
Thank you, you're amazing.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Yesterday you said that you watched the Breaking Bad, so I was wondering who is your favorite character and why, and what do you think about this series?
What do I think about Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
I love Breaking Bad. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston as Walter White is one of the best performances in television I have ever seen. You could make a case for it being the best just because of the scope and the journey of the role. And he's just he's so good. Everything he does is so good and so powerful. And his performance is also so unusual. He sort of has his own method of performing, and it's so captivating to watch. But also Aaron Paul as Jesse, he's so good too. They're both like, and that's why the show is so special, is the cast and the writing. It's all so good. So yeah, I love both of them. Don't make me pick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, thanks.
You're good?
Yes.
Okay.
For you, what's the most important thing in life?
What's the most important thing in life?
Yes.
Wow. We're getting deep. For me, the most important thing, oh gosh, it's like, how do you pick between all the important things? Important to be good and to spread goodness. And through my work, I'm able to meet a lot of people and do something that I love. And to be able to stay grounded in that and be grateful at every moment, to be doing what I've always wanted to do, is really important to me. And to make sure that what I'm doing not only is for myself, but that it reaches other people, and that in some capacity I'm working towards the betterment of everyone else in the world. And this show is hopefully just the beginning for me in getting to a place where I'm able to do that. And obviously getting to meet all you guys and travel the world and do that is a really big step in my journey. So I think that's probably the most important thing.
A good answer. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
There's no way those photos are good from all the way back there.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm wondering what kind of students were you at school?
What kind of student?
Yes.
Depends on which part of my life we're talking about. Elementary school, I was once paid $1 to show a girl my penis in the slide. And I did that because I wanted $1. And I was very hyper and I was very artistic, and it was hard for me to find channels for that. And I would get bored really easily. So I got in trouble quite a bit. And then by middle school, I sort of leveled out, and I was like the kid who just knew what he wanted to do, and also knew that, you know, studying certain mathematical equations or how atoms work in science was stuff that was really interesting, but if it didn't make me interested automatically, and if I knew I wasn't going to use it, it was really hard for me to focus. And then by high school, I sort of realized that I needed good grades to get into college, which is where I wanted to go to study. So I sort of had to get my act together, and I always got decent grades. I did okay. And then by middle of high school, I started doing really well, and then I was always on the honor roll and sort of near the top of my class. But I was never super into. If something didn't interest me, it was hard for me to learn it. Does that make sense? If my teacher didn't really compel me on a subject that was actually interesting to me, it was hard for me to sit there and memorize stuff. Which is so funny because my job involves a great deal of memorization. But if you handed me a list of facts about something that I didn't care about, it was hard for me to get that done. But then in college, obviously the classes I took were the classes I chose. So when I was studying religion and I was reading books and writing papers about things I cared about, I did really, really well. So it was a nice progression from the bottom, which involved the slide and the dollar, and I ended up in a place where I was able to channel my energy into the things that sort of made me a smarter and more interesting person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
My name's Catherine, and first of all I wanted to say I'm playing theater in my free time, and on Thursday I had a performance and I had to behead a Barbie doll, and you were my role model for this. I really thought of how would Kai behead Barbie doll. We just did little scenes. I had a love scene as well, like random scenes, but
good
it was
for you.
a lot of fun.
Good.
And I had another question, but
sure.
now I have two questions because you just said you did musical theater before.
Yeah.
The first is, how are these conventions for you? Because obviously, I think you maybe have a jet lag, and now you have to be, available for an awake 2 days in a row. How do you manage on these conventions? Is it hard? And the second is for theater. How do you manage when you play theater to 2 nights or 2 evenings in a row, 2 performances in a row, be the same person and play it the same way? Because I notice I have sometimes difficulties with this, because you're in an emotion one day, but the next day you maybe play it a bit differently, and then you're like, I like myself better the day before. How do you do that? How did you?
Good questions. The first one is, you wanted to know about, remind me of the first part?
The conventions.
The conventions.
How does,
yeah.
Is it very tiring?
Yeah, I mean it's, yes, give an announcement.
You want Kat to join you?
I would love for Kat Graham to join me. Would you like for Kat to join me? Hey, hey. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello,
Miss Kat Graham.
How's it going?
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi.
How are you? You gotta. She just crawled up that like a rabid beast.
That's amazing.
That was an amazing performance.
Sunday, baby.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
What kind of questions you been answering?
Some really good ones, a couple scary ones, but so far we've been pretty good, right? We've been doing all right. We were just talking about these conventions, and I was actually just going to talk about her in my answer because she was talking about the energy involved. We were just talking about this sort of at length the other day. These things, it's a mindset that you have to find where, because it is long hours. I mean, you guys know, you get tired too, just from the sheer number of places you have to be in such a limited amount of time. So it's finding a place where you can conserve your energy and really be available to connect with people when they have a photo or an autograph with you. Or these are my favorite parts because we actually get to, spend time talking and like making, I mean, it's harder to see some people back there, but to actually get to talk to people and interact. It's great in the meeting rooms too, but there's a sort of, there's a place where you can sort of take the energy. So when you guys give us love, it's nice to actually realize that and absorb some of that And it's really, it's what I was saying earlier, it's always a positive thing. When someone's giving you love, that feels good. And so when we take that back, it makes it a lot easier to turn it and give it back to you. So that part's not that hard.
And I feel like, you know, especially this year, because the first year I always tell Chris, it's like, it's really exhausting. It's really tiring. It's for everyone it is, but after a certain amount of years and you come back, you figure it out. Because sometimes I'm so tired and I like see some of my girls and they're like, can we just hug? I just want to hug, and it just gives me so much energy. So as much as sometimes it feels like people want, there's a lot of times you guys give me so much energy, and you know that like, oh my gosh, she's been doing the same thing for hours, but like when we like hug and you give that to me, like I really feel it, and I just want to say thank you so much because I really feel your love, so thank you. We have a great connection. It's awesome.
And you had a part 2 and now I forgot.
Yeah, that was the theater question. How, when you play theater,